marriage.
Now, Pastor, there is this scenario that you're gay and you have HIV, you're positive. So how do you handle this in church, whereby we've got so many scenarios whereby we have pastors who are HIV positive and they can't stand in the congregation to preach,
to talk about
it. How do you handle that?
Well, you know, I mean, HIV is a very personal situation for many people. So I think that what we're talking about here is actually disclosure.
All right.
And because we live in environments that are hostile and rigid around sex and sexuality, so can you then imagine the messages that are out there? People that have HIV are promiscuous, and you know, the homosexuals have all this disease. But I want to say to you and to everyone that's
the
watching,
viewers who are watching right now,
that HIV is a virus. It's not a crime. HIV is not a punishment from God, because you know, I struggled with being gay. So when I came out as gay, that was one hurdle. Then years later, when I was infected with the HIV, you know, then I was even telling myself that, oh my God, this is my punishment for being gay. But God doesn't work like that. You see, HIV is a virus that affects 40 million people around the world. I mean, come on. God is not that cruel. Gay or no gay, we have people born with HIV. You know, I was talking to a young man today. You know, I'm actually attending the Nairobi summit, and you know, I was talking to a young man today who was born with HIV, and you know, his story was amazing. You know, he's now married. You know, and they're planning his family and his life. You know, I've met with older people that are also HIV positive. So where did the whole idea come that HIV is a punishment exclusively for the gay community? I don't know that God for me. Yeah.
What step or what measures as your pastor have you taken so that you can improve in this virus among us?
You know, I think that one thing is education. I think that religious leaders, people look up to religious leaders, and religious leaders have enormous power, you know, in their words. And religious leaders need to train to understand what is HIV. You know, HIV is a human immunodeficiency virus. So if a pastor doesn't know what HIV is, that means that they can't actually talk about it. So they need to know what is HIV. And once you know what HIV is, then you need to know how is HIV, how does it infect people? How is it transmitted from one person to another? You know, we have situations where it's transmitted from mother to baby if there is no care. It is transmitted by people who use needles and intravenous drug users, sharp objects, sharp needles, let's be clear about that, especially when they're sharing drugs. And of course, it happens with sex. No, you can't get HIV from accidents. No way. You can't get HIV from hugging or kissing. You can't get HIV from sitting on the toilet seat or using the same plate to eat. You can't get HIV. You cannot get HIV from your barbers. You can get other forms of bacteria.
Listening? Are you watching? Are you getting some information here?
So let's be clear. There are 3 routes of getting HIV. Okay. One is unprotected sexual intercourse with somebody you don't know their sexual status, because you know, now we have made a lot of progress, right? So we're now at a stage where undetectable is real. So if you have you equals you. If you have been infected by HIV and you are on effective medication, you will reach a stage where your virus is like it's been arrested and locked away. You become honestly, you are undetectable, which means untransmittable. But it doesn't mean that if you have unprotected sex with other people, you cannot catch other STIs like gonorrhea, syphilis. So let's get that clear. Now, the other clear message is that, you know, at the moment the world is talking about PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis. That responds to your question about what message should we be sending out. We should be telling people that if they are having sex, then they can definitely go on the trial medication for PrEP, which is pre-exposure prophylaxis. It's an HIV drug that prevents you from getting HIV. It's just like when girls or women take pregnancy pills to prevent pregnancy. It's just like that. So with this one, you're preventing HIV. Then again, I have to make it clear in this message that if you're on PrEP, you still need to be using condom in certain cases, especially if your partner is not a regular partner. Okay. So, and I think that we need to also begin to look at how do we stop the stigma, the shame,
Actually,
the
that was my
denial and
question I was going
discrimination?
to ask
Okay,
you.
yeah.
It was the question I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you just elaborate?
Oh, can I elaborate
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
answer? I was waiting for the question. But you see, I mean, religious leaders need to learn a lot about HIV. And, HIV is a virus that creates fear in people. The moment someone says that they're HIV positive, everyone around them starts to react badly. Even in the place of work, it starts discriminating against them. Yeah. So there are two ways that the fear works. The fear works with the individual first. So they have this fear that even if they're walking down the road, then someone might look at them differently. They say, "Oh my God, can they see that I have HIV?" No, they can't see that you have HIV. So we have to first of all deal with self-shame, self-stigma, self-denial, self-discrimination, and then we can turn it around because other people around us also need to deal with the shame that comes from society. And the stigma, the denial and discrimination.
Sure.
And you can imagine in the places where this can happen. Somebody can say something even in the health center. There are medical doctors and nurses that still stigmatize people with HIV. It is wrong.
Yes. Reverend, it's all about time.
Yes.
So I'm going to cut it short. Yes, I'm Raymond Brian. Thank you so much for watching the show. Could you just say a message to the viewers, young people, the youth, the elders, the pastors who discriminate people living with HIV?
Well, I mean, to be honest, for people who discriminate against gay people, they just need to stop, to be honest. Because my message to the gay community is that G-A-Y, gay, means God adores you. God accepts you. God accommodates you.
Sure.
God anoints you. God admits you. Do you understand me? We need to send that message out. God is a God of love.
Right.
And no one is excluded from God's presence.
Well, thank you so much. Don't hesitate from liking our pages, from subscribing on our YouTube channel, The Nature Network. I'm Raymond Brian.
And also great. Thank you very much for watching us.
Thank you.